Hello and welcome to Film School. In this edition we're going to do a quick and easy St. Patrick's Day design. We're actually going to use a heart-shaped punch. A trick to get a specific size on the punches that have multiple designs is to cut your strip. I've just cut a piece of my Empower off, and then move your strip along the specific design that you want with your punch. So as you can see, I can just keep moving that along that strip and just getting a bunch of the medium size or smaller size hearts depending on what I'm looking for this specific design. You can also, to save time in the salon, go ahead and get several of your designs or shapes pre-cut with your punch so that you're not sitting in the salon doing a lot of punches. This nail has been polished with a green gel polish, and we're going to add some hearts. I was using the heart punch because if you'll notice, when you look at a 3-leaf clover or a 4-leaf clover, they're actually designed out of hearts. So I'm going to pull 3 small green hearts over from what was punched. If you'll set your nail or the $100 stick, if your nail doesn't work, down and just gently separate the Empower nail art film from the backing, then you can use the blade to place the hearts or the leaves of the clover exactly the way you want them. And just set your finger down to hold it in place as you pull it off the blade. And you can just go back through and continue picking up the other hearts. You want to make sure that you press them down onto the blade before you try pulling it off the backing. Otherwise you'll just get frustrated and keep pulling it against the backing without really removing it. See how that's coming out? And I'm using the film called Rainbow because it has a strip of really holographic green, and I thought that that would make a really fun look for the clover. You could also punch the hearts out on a strip and then use the hearts as a stencil with a pigment, and take your pigment to use a green if you didn't want to take the time to make a strip of green out of your rainbow. There's also some green on the film called Dreams. So depending on the type of look you were going for, you could pick which film you liked. Here we've got our 3-leaf clover. And to really just kind of make that more fun and accent it, I'm going to bring some copper. So these hearts were punched out of the copper Empower nail art film. And I'm just going to pick it up off the backing and do the same thing with the copper hearts that I've done with the green, creating a similar clover. And it can be kind of tricky to pick up the smaller designs off of the film when you've punched them, and just a little bit of patience to pick them up makes it really easy. If you're doing this for an accent nail, time it ahead of time so you know about how long it takes you to pull the hearts off the backing and place them on the nail, because St. Patrick's Day is a specific holiday. So you could practice doing the nail, have it up for display, and then know exactly how much time it's going to take to do it. An easy way to price it would be $1 or $2 a minute. So in practicing it, when you're doing your display tip, practice it once or twice to kind of get the groove, and then do your display tip so that you've got the hang of it, and time it when you're doing your display tip. And that will give you an idea of how much to charge for it. So you could leave it just like this and just have some cool holographic stenciled look, or you could go ahead and come in with some nail art paint or some acrylic paint or some gel polish and create your little stems for the clovers. If you're really crafty and clever, you could also come in and create stems for the clovers out of your Empower. So what I'm going to do is actually take the swivel blade and just make a couple really tiny almost parenthesis shaped stems. At least I'm trying to make them tiny. And since I'm working on the edge, I'm going to start from the middle for the other one so that I don't wrinkle it up. Start from the middle and go towards the edge. Then pick up the outside one to use on my bigger clover. I don't want to use the entire piece, so I'm kind of setting it down so that I can pull a piece of it off. I'm actually going to use the squeezers and snip that extra bit that I don't want off of there. And then press that down and smooth it in. And same thing with my smaller stem. I'm going to pick that up. And he's not quite as small and skinny as I would like. So I'm going to go ahead and create one out of the edge of one of the hearts. See that little heart edge there? I'm actually going to use that as a guideline to create a tinier curved piece of stem. And then pick it up. And place it in my clover. Press it down. And you would want to gently clean these off with alcohol and apply your gel top coat that goes with your gel, cure it, and you can check out the finished nail on Empower's Facebook page. Thanks for coming to film school.